Hey guys, Nate here. I'm going to be trying something a little different for this set of locals videos. I'm going to be doing a voiceover during them to talk through my plays, so bear with me as I'm getting used to this style of video. So I won dice roll and I chose to go second here. And the reason I chose to go second is because Koala likes to play on the even curve because that lets them play their Kuma on curve and the 8-cost dragon on curve. So I wanted to take that away from them. And the hand that I had there was a decent starting hand. It could definitely get worse. So I went ahead and just kept it. So on one dawn, they play the Koala Searcher. Searches top 3 and then the rest go into trash. He goes ahead and takes the Kuma. It's basically just a 2K. And then he passes back to me. I really don't have a lot to do on 2 dawn here. Unfortunately, I don't have any EZO searchers or anything like that. And so what I probably will end up doing is just leader abilitying to see what I can get. And yep, that's what I'm going to do here. So I reveal the event because I don't really need that right now. Then I draw into the Whitey Bay. And then I just go ahead and play out the Squard. So the Squard's not super useful in this matchup, but it's something to get down. And my opponent here is just asking about the Squard to see what it does. It's not a super common card. I mostly just have it in this deck for the blue-purple Luffy matchup. So they're on their 3 dawn turn here. If I remember correctly, I think he's just going to swing 5. Yep, swings 5. I can pretty freely take this, and I do. And then he plays out the Balo Betty. I wasn't very familiar with the Betty, but when attacking, he can trash 2 cards and give something -2 cost. Here, I'm going to start turn with leader ability. I'm going to reveal that same event and then draw a card. And then with my 4 dawn, I play out the new Marco. Super good card and a big addition to the deck. And then after that, I go ahead and use the Squard ability. However, I actually mess up Squard's ability. So in reality, it's reveal the top card of your deck. And if it's Whitebeard Pirates, you give the rest to Dawn. But instead, I revealed 2 Whitebeard Pirates. I don't know why I thought I had to do that. I got to read the card better. But that shouldn't actually affect the game because my current list, I run 49 Whitebeard Pirates. So the top card should have been Whitebeard Pirates anyway, but just keep Squard's ability in mind. All right, and he's just deciding what to do here. I have only played Koala a couple of times, so didn't really know what to expect. It's a really cool deck, though. So I think he's going to swing 6 at life. Yep, he does. Just counter out, want to stay healthy. And then for 4 dawn, he plays out this hack, which is actually a useful card and it'll come in handy later. And now it's back to my turn. I'm on 6 dawn and I have a couple of different lanes I could go this turn. I could either establish the Jozu or I could go for the 5-cost ace play. I don't think I have a very great target for that ace, so I think I'm leaning towards the Jozu. And I think here I'm going to leader ability, and I do. I reveal that same event because I want to give up the least amount of information as possible. So given that leader ability, I am just going to Jozu. So I Jozu here, and then bounce back Squard. I wish I could have bounced the hack, but because of the hack's ability, I couldn't because the hack is an 8-cost. And so I just bounce back the Balo Betty. Here is a mistake on my part. I swing with leader first, knowing that he has the hack out, and that hack could pop my Marco. So I should have swung with the Marco first. In this instance, it didn't matter, but he could have blocked with that hack and KO'd the Marco. So probably should have swung with the Marco first if I'm going to swing with it at all. But I go ahead and pass, and it's back to his turn. He's on 7 Dawn, so his ideal play is probably the Robin. That new 6-drop Robin. That card is super good. It makes me discard 2 cards, which is kind of annoying. So he's deciding what to do, and he rests 6 Dawn and goes ahead and plays that Robin. So he trashes 1 from hand, and then forces me to trash 2 from hand. And so I got to decide what cards I want to get rid of. So basically I got to figure out the least important cards in my hand, which at this point in the game, I'm probably not going to play the ace. So the ace should definitely be one of them. And then the other card, it's debatable. Probably should have just given up the Squad, but I wanted to keep it in hand just in case. I wanted to play it down again, but I should have given it up instead of, I think I give up the Jozu. So yeah, I gave up the Jozu, but I think I should have given up the Squad instead. And he has 1 more Dawn left. I think he's just going to swing 6 at life with it. Yeah, he just swings 6 at life. And then because he has 2 8-cost out now, he can proc leader ability to draw a card. So that's a pretty cool leader effect there. And I go ahead and just take the 6 swing at life. And now it's back to my turn. I'm on 8 Dawn, so probably going to play out the Odin here on this turn because I want to establish that because it'll allow me to give a lot of pressure over the next couple of turns. So before I do that, though, I got to decide what I'm going to swing with. And I think I'm going to leader ability first, and I do, just to see what I get. So I get another counter event. And then here I make the same exact mistake as last turn, and I swing with leader first. But this time I get punished because he blocks with the hack and KOs my Marco. My Marco still draws me 2 cards, but I should have just swung with the Marco first because I was going to swing with it anyway. But because I didn't swing with it first, I didn't get to swing with it at all. So order of operations there was incorrect. But I'm just deciding what I want to do now. I'm going to probably just swing with the Jozu now and then drop the Odin. Yep, swing 7 with the Jozu. And then here he gives up a 2K. He actually needed a little more counter, but he had the Robin out there anyway. So he could have just blocked and given me the 2K and it would have been the same result. So it didn't actually matter. But I played out the Odin and then I passed and left 1 Dawn up for the event because I wanted to stay healthy so that I could live a couple turns with that Odin out there. He is now on his 9 Dawn turn. So he has a lot of different plays that he could do. He goes ahead and plays out a second Robin, which is, it's pretty good. Gets to trash 2 more cards from my hand. So here I got to decide. So I give up that Squad like I should have last turn. And now I decide to give up, I think, one of the events. Yeah, I give up one of the events. I think I'll only need one of those, and I wanted to keep the second Odin just to get that down if possible, because if I get 2 Odins down, that's really good. Goes ahead and swings 7 at life using leader ability to draw a card. I think I just take it here. Yeah. Didn't want to use that event quite yet. And then he swings 7 into my Jozu. I'm definitely just going to give up a 1K here. If he swung at life, I probably would have used the event. But if he's just going at Jozu, I'm going to give up a 1K or a 2K. I think I give up a 2k because I wanted to keep the Ezo in hand to search a little bit. So it's back to my turn. I have a bunch of different options for this turn. I think ideally I want to establish a second Odin. That way I have a lot of swings the following turn. So with my other Dawn, I got to decide what to do. He's just asking if I can use Odin's ability more than once per turn, and I can as long as I have the cards to discard for it. Because I have to discard 2 cards every time I use that effect to save Odin. I'm just deliberating here. I think I should probably just start with an Ezo search or something like that. And that's what I end up doing. So go ahead and search top 5. Probably just find some more counter. I have a decent amount of options here. I could take the Whitebeard, but I think it's too late in the game for that. Plus, I'd have to take a life with Koala's ability. So grab the Whitey Bay. It's a 2k, and the ability is actually very relevant. It's my favorite card to combo with Odin because I can play it down, get plus 2k, and then bounce it to hand, and then do it again if I wanted to. But here I swing 6 at life. I think he just takes this one. And yeah, he does. And then I go 7 with Jozu. Just testing the waters to see what he does. He's trying to decide if he's going to give the counter or block. And he just takes this one too. It's down to 1 life, so that's pretty tasty for me. So I go 8 with Odin. He rests 1 Dawn for hair removal fist, which is plus 2, and then if he has an 8 cost or greater, it's plus 2 more. So it's plus 4, so he gets out of that. And then play down the second Odin. And now my board is kind of terrifying for him because 1 Odin's bad enough, but 2 out there, that's a lot of pressure. So the following turn I have, if I'm able to keep everything on board, I have 6 swings. So he has to decide here the direction he wants to go, because if he doesn't heal or establish more blockers, it's looking a little rough. And I did keep 1 Dawn up for the event, just in case he wanted to swing big into my Odin, or if he even just swung into life small. I just wanted to keep that Dawn up to keep my options open and allow me to counter out of more things. So he's deciding how he wants to approach this turn. I think ideally he would want to play out a dragon, because I think he has maybe a Kuma in trash, so he could play out the Kuma off of the dragon. And so I think that's what he did, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he rests 8, plays out the dragon, and on dragon's effect, he has to bottom deck 3 Revolutionary Army type characters, or it might be cards. So he does that, and then plays out the Kuma. Kuma's really good in this spot. It allows him to trash a card and heal. So he goes up to 2 life. So he has 2 blockers and 2 life. So he should be fine for another turn. So he did what he needed to do, and he healed. So good turn on his part. I don't think he can swing with either of the Robins, though. So I think he can only swing with the lead, because I think he only has maybe 4 cards in hand, or it might be 3. But he swings 6 at life, and then he's able to draw because of leader ability. And I think I should counter out, which I do. I want to stay at 2 life because this turn I'm going to probably just do a bunch of swings and then try to survive for 1 more turn after this and then go for game then. So I wanted to make sure I stayed at 2 life to remain healthy so I could survive 1 more turn after this one. So now I have to decide on my swing numbers. I think I should probably just start with Jozu first to test the waters. So no Dawn attachment Should just probably start with a 7k with Jozu. But kind of thinking out the math here because I need 3 Dawn for each Odin effect, and then I'll probably play out the Whitey Bay a couple of times to bounce back to hand with Odin and also bump my leader. But I go ahead and swing 7k with Jozu. I believe he's just going to counter out here, which, yep, he does. Gives me a 2k and a 1k. Then I just go 8 with Odin. He only has 3 cards in hand, I think, now. So I think he's almost forced to take here, which, yeah, he does. And then I'm going to play out the Whitey Bay. I'm going to reveal 2 Whitebeard Pirates from my hand. So I think I'm going to reveal 2 2Ks. Yep. And then bumps my leader up by 2. So he's now a 7. Then I will Odin effect, bring back the Whitey Bay to hand, restand Odin. That is my favorite combo. Whitey Bay with Odin, just so good because it allows me to play the Whitey Bay a couple of times and bump my leader. So it just gives me a couple more Dawn worth of value. But he counters out of the second Odin swing with that hair removal fist. Next, I'm probably just going to swing with the other Odin. I think I'm going to go 9 with it now. Yep, so we go 9 at lead. I think he has to take this. I don't think he can block yet. Yeah, he just takes it. Then I'm going to go ahead and play the Whitey Bay down again. And then I'll reveal the same 2 cards as last time. Bump leader up to 9. Then I will Odin effect, take back Whitey Bay and restand Odin, and go 9 again. He just blocks here, so I'm going to go ahead and swing 9 again, blocks again, and then I pass, leaving 1 Dawn up for the plus 4k event. I did not leader ability here because I didn't want to reveal and get rid of any of the Whitebeard Pirates cards in my hand because I had 3 2Ks plus the event. And I wasn't worried about the plus 4K event not hitting because I run only 1 non-Whitebeard Pirates card in my deck, and that card is in my hand and is that pudding. So I know that plus 4K event's going to work no matter what. This turn for the opponent is kind of difficult. He's at 0 life and no blockers, so unless he plays Kuma and establishes another blocker, I think he has to go for it. But even if he does that, I don't think he survives just because of the 2 Odins. So I think he's forced to go for game. He starts with a 9k from Dragon, and I should just take this. I don't think there's a reason not to take it. Also kind of just want to bait him into swinging with everything. So go ahead and take it. It's not counter, it's just a Marco, but I should be fine on counter. I have a lot in my hand. He then goes, I think it's 10 with the Kuma. He has 6 Dawn left, so I think I should just take this again because it'll bait him into going for game. So now I know no matter what he does, I will survive because I have 3 2Ks, the plus 4K event, and 2 1Ks. And here, my opponent's deciding if he just wants to go all in with leader and swing 11 at life. I don't think he really has another option. He could establish a blocker or heal with Kuma, but that really doesn't do much good for him. So I think he just has to go all in at life, which he does. And so I'll just play the plus 4K event, reveal Whitebeard Pirates from the top of my deck, and then now I just need a 2K and a 1K, and I get out of it. Then he passes back to me, but the game at this point's already over. So I'll just swing with Jozu to start, gives me a couple cards, and then I'll swing with Odin and end up getting it. But GG's to my opponent. It was a fun game. Here's my initial list for PRB02. I'm still working out the ratios on certain cards, but the deck still feels pretty good, and it's a lot of fun like always. If you have any feedback on this style of video with the voiceover, please leave a comment down below. Always like hearing from you all. And also please consider liking and subscribing. That does actually help the channel a lot. Thanks for watching and have a good day.